Well, I don't think it's surface. I think obviously it does help a little bit, but you know, I think we're both capable of winning these slams. It's just if any American was going to do it, and then finally two Americans make the final and guaranteed one to win. So, um, I know U.S. tennis has all the opportunities, and we have a lot of good players. It's just if we execute in tournaments, and this happened to be the one where we do well.
Dennis, congratulations on reaching the final. You seemed in command certainly in the first set and moved forward to really good results. How would you describe the momentum shift there in the second set? What changed about Jack's play and what changed about your play and tactics?
Well, the first set I played really well. I moved forward. I was hitting my shots. Maybe he was a little bit nervous. Then in the second set, I just stopped hitting my shots and really didn't execute the way I wanted to. And he started picking up his game and started dictating a little bit more. And my first serve percentage went down. His went up. He started acing me once or twice a game. So it was a little unfortunate that my momentum went away in just a couple games in the second set, but all credit to him, he played pretty well.
How would you describe the crowd?
It was pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the biggest crowd I've played in front of, but it was pretty big. It was pretty supportive to both sides. It was good to have two Americans, so it really wasn't one-sided, but also it was kind of unfortunate. Usually, most of my matches I had everyone on my side. But they helped him out a lot too, so he just took advantage of it.
Where is the biggest crowd you've played?
I think probably I played at ATP tournament in Newport.
Where are you going next?
Not sure. Probably playing just a couple of futures in America somewhere.
I'm sure it's too soon for broad perspective, but what are your initial thoughts about what you're going to take away from this experience of the past week?
What I'm going to take from it is probably, knowing that I can compete with a lot of the top guys, even though this is still juniors, but in my opinion, I think a lot of these guys are going to be next top pros and who we're going to play with each other later on. So knowing that I can play well under pressure and on a big stage is something that I think is pretty important for the future.
You seem to have the aggressive gene. You looks like you look to come in, look to hit the approach shot, finish with a volley and stuff. Is that standard operating procedure for you?
I wish it was, but not every day. I play well, and when I'm playing well, I like to move forward, and it's something that I want to make consistent in my game. And I think if I keep doing it, that it can take me to the top level.
Is it different when you face another American in a final? Would it have been would your feelings or emotions been any different if it had been a Russian or a German or someone else?
I think it is different to play another American because, I know him so well, and it's a lot of pressure. We're both looking for our first slam, and especially it's at the U.S. Open, so it's pretty tough. I think if I played like say the other guy in the semifinals, the Hungarian, probably been less nerves and less pressure, and I'd have the crowd on my side, so I'd have a lot of things going my way. But since it's even, and he just played better than me, and it's tough, but on the other hand, it's a good thing. It's great.
You pretty much had your last shot to get into it at that when he was serving it for 3-2, I guess, and he played a great point, and he won with a lob. It was a great point.
Yeah.
Could you just describe that point, because there's a lot going on there?
Yeah. Well, I came forward, and I knew he was really far behind the baseline, and I didn't. He had a great lob. I didn't expect it to be that good. I knew when it was going up that chance of it going in is pretty high, but I was hoping that something would go wrong and go out. But I let it go, and then I was kind of giving a little bit of momentum to hold. But you know, it's the best shot he could have hit at that moment, and you know, if he can do it, then nothing I can do about it.
Dennis, what particular pattern or shot of Jack's did you find difficult to cope with as the match wore on?
He started really neutral.